What's up, El Paso? Welcome back to this week's episode of Annie's Adventures and Friends. I have some lovely ladies here I cannot wait to introduce you to. So let's go on and get this baby started. We're also going to talk boba. All right, hold on. All right, hi Larissa.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing really swell right now.
I'm so excited to have you on. I cannot wait to have you sing for us. El Paso, you are in for a serious treat. You got to wait till the end, but it is so worth it. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
Heck yes.
Excited.
What's up, ladies?
Hi,
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm trying to finish all this cream. It's so good.
It is good. T-top boba, man. It's really good. What's up, Jenny from Todo El Paso?
Hi.
Or is it Todo? I've always wanted to
Both.
ask you. Yeah, right?
It's
It works.
both.
It works. That's what I've always said too. It's like it could go either way.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm learning Spanish
Woo.
because it's bi-national.
I need to learn Spanish.
Congratulations.
I really, and my last name is Perez. Don't judge me, okay?
I downloaded Duolingo.
I have it too, and I feel like a winner when I use it, but then when I try to use it in real life, it doesn't work. So,
I speak 4 languages and none of them work here in El Paso.
God, none of them work here. What's up, Mel? Thank you for joining me today, and she's with Miss Chuco. You guys need to follow them on social media to find out about all the goods going on here in El Paso. We all love to hang out together, eat together. So thank you guys so much for coming in. And let's just go on and do a deep dive. I'm going to go on, and if you want now, you can answer now or at the end, but I like to ask, what type of marketing do you guys do? What works for you? And do you have any tips for businesses out there? And then, like I said, you can answer now or we can wait to the end.
All right, I'll start.
All right, let's go.
So I actually am a Google reviewer. I'm a level 10, which is the highest, I believe. I'm at 71 million views.
What the heck? What the heck does that even mean?
It means that when you go to Google Maps, my reviews probably show up first.
Wow.
And you know, businesses should definitely use Google to promote their business because they are the #1 search engine until AI takes over.
Right.
But right now it is, and it's free. You know, you can just have your clients leave you a review. It's trustworthy, and it's really convenient because people use Google Maps.
Absolutely.
I'm
They
also
run
a
the
Yelp
world.
reviewer.
Okay.
I was a 14-year plus Black Yelp elite. It doesn't
Like the
mean-
black belt for Yelp?
yeah, but 14 years straight.
Wow.
So, which is hard, I guess. And one of my favorite things was, you know, we had a community manager here, Lisa, and unfortunately she passed from a couple years back.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear
And she
that.
was actually one of the reasons why I was like, okay, I can make El Paso my home because we have a community manager here, and she throws amazing events. Yelp is used worldwide, not necessarily here in El Paso. However, you know, people are coming into El Paso, they'll still use
Right,
Yelp.
right.
So it's always good to also have your presence on there as well. So, you know, Facebook reviews here and there, hit or miss. There's obviously social media, TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky now, Threads, Instagram, Facebook. People get Nextdoor, people get their news from different sources nowadays. But wherever is the easiest, and you know, you have to kind of figure out, you just won't throw your marketing dollars at everything. You need to have a plan. If you're going to go and do something, you need to make sure that it's not just reviews, it's actually going to bring you money.
Yes.
You know, it's going to bring you people coming into the door and spending money. Otherwise, likes don't translate into dollars, unfortunately.
Right. 100%. Oh, excellent information. Thank you so much. So your recommendation is to advertise on those platforms or just utilize them for the tips and advice?
You know what? For a business person who, if you're doing the right thing, you should be using a social media manager like Annie.
Aw,
For
you're so
example, you know, if you're going to make boba, you're the expert boba maker, right? If you are a singer, you're an expert singer. You don't want to be messing around with other stuff like social media stuff. Hire somebody because it's going to save you time, it's going to save you money, and it's going to be something that you don't have to learn on your own time. I mean,
Absolutely.
you're going to do what you need to do for your business, and part of the expense is marketing. And marketing really does bring in people to know more about your business, to be, more aware of that. Not only that, but marketing can also help you establish a following and people's awareness. People forget all the time. They're like, okay, well, if I'm going to hear about Taco Bell, I'm not going to think about Taco Bell. Why do you think they spend so much money on marketing, right? It's not
Top
the
line
food.
awareness.
So, like they have some fun things, but I don't remember about Taco Bell until like at 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh wait, there's that dog commercial or whatever it is, So it is gonna, help you convert, but you got to make sure that you hire the right people, the ones who are truly local, because you don't want to be hiring someone who's in India or
Doesn't understand the market here.
Exactly.
It's so unique.
Yeah, it's very unique.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, we have so many different people here that do marketing, and it's not expensive. It's going to be an expense, so you can expense it through your business.
Exactly, it's a write-off. Most people don't even think about that.
Yeah.
And it's the end of the year, so if anybody needs any of that, go on and reach out to me. Or if you need social media influencers, we have 2 gorgeous ladies right here who can help out as well. And I just have to say real quick, and then we're going to let Mel answer the same exact question, but what are you dressed as real quick? What are we talking about today? Because I know people at home are like, what is going on?
I actually did a turkey trot this morning for my kids'
cool.
school. Yeah,
That's so cute.
so it was a Pirates themed turkey trot, but they didn't have a turkey, so I showed up as a turkey.
Oh, that's
because
so
why
cool.
would you not have a turkey at a turkey trot?
100%.
So I am sweating in this thing, and which is it's literally like a sauna, walking sauna. So
Well, you look super cute in it.
Thank you.
And you're doing it for a reason, because we also have a really cool event coming up that we want to talk about.
yeah, so we are actually part of Corina Collective, and it's a nonprofit here in El Paso. We started it because we have a huge need here in El Paso for food kitchens. We want to make sure that we are able to help the local community make food in a safe way and be able to sell it at farmers market and other places that are certified. And one of the things that we're doing is we're throwing a Trucksgiving event.
I'm so
And
excited.
yeah, it's a day before Thanksgiving. It's at the Solana Mall from 12 to 8 o'clock. And one of the biggest reasons is that, a lot of people are coming into town.
Yeah.
And families, there's a lot of we're the only event in the entire area.
Really?
We are.
And that's the day, did you know that's the biggest bar day
Exactly.
in the
Wow,
year?
really?
Yeah, because people are from out of town. Nobody wants to hang out with their family 2
Yes.
days in
Yeah.
a row, right?
Yes.
So they go out drinking the night before, get ready for the next day.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Am I?
Well,
but it's true.
But we want to also have a family-friendly event, right?
And that's what I was just gonna say. And plus, you were mentioning all the military that we have here. You have people in from out of town, so this is a perfect time to take them out, show them something different.
Yeah.
Get ready for that turkey the next day, Black
no one
Friday
wants
the
to
following.
cook.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's
right.
the day before Thanksgiving, your refrigerator's full. So either mom is making food and she wants you out of her kitchen and out of her hair, so have at it at the Trucksgiving, right? And we have all these amazing vendors and food and live entertainment, and we're just hoping to really get the community involved. It's a great cause. You come out, you eat, and we're trying to just raise funds for Corina Collective, which is also a nonprofit. End of the year, if you need a tax break, we're here.
Yes.
And we're so excited to bring you these events. And of course, if you're a vendor, we'd love to have you. If you're a food truck,
That's what I was gonna ask. You're still accepting?
we are. And the reason why is because we want to make sure that they get in, because we're going to be throwing a lot more fun events, and the ones who are going to be here at the Trucksgiving event is going to get first dibs.
100%. And already, I'm excited for this one, and I'm gonna tell you, you had your event, your Asian market at Economy Cash and Carry, which is awesome. I went. I didn't go in. I'm gonna tell you, girl, you blew that shit up. You killed it. And I don't even know how many people went, but I couldn't find
10,000.
parking.
Whoa.
I couldn't get around the block. I waved. I did. But I was like, oh, I'm so proud of you. The hard work, because that is no easy task.
Yeah, we threw it together, and we were like, you know what, we're going to showcase some really good Asian foods and fusion foods. And what's great is that we had a ton of people from out of town. We had people from Lubbock come.
Yeah, you were telling
me
me
We had people
that.
from Phoenix. I'm like, don't you guys have Asian people on your neck of the woods? I'm kidding. No, we love it because it's out of town. It's money coming out of town, you know, to have people spend money here and to really get to know El Paso, not what the media portrays,
Right.
but how we really are, which is warm and loving. And guess what?
What?
We beat other cities.
No
to
way.
We were the first Asian night market. Austin had theirs in, I believe, a couple months afterwards.
Because they went and they saw yours, they went and checked it out. They're like,
And
oh,
Rio
my
Grande
Lord.
is, the Rio Grande Valley is having one in October. or
Rio
had
Grande
one.
Valley?
Yeah, and down in the
Like Brownsville, Harlingen,
Yeah.
the Gallon? I used to live down there like a
Yeah.
long time ago.
yes,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Look what
So
you started.
like, yeah. So this is gonna
You
be
started
like,
a badass trend. That's so
Hoping.
cool.
yeah.
Man, so if anybody went, you know what to expect. If you didn't, you missed out. And this is your chance to come back and try it again, right?
Yeah.
So we want as many food trucks as possible. You guys have plenty of spots left. So anybody, of course, it's El Paso, mañana. Well, today's mañana. It's next week. It's literally 7 days away, El
See,
Paso.
this is why you need to have someone local do your social media because it's a very unique market.
100%. I always say what works in El Paso will work everywhere, but what works everywhere will not work in El Paso. So you have a few days. Reach out to them if you're a food truck and you're interested in vending. Again, you also need to follow Corina Collective. You guys have a social media page?
We do.
Yeah, so that way you guys can learn whether you're a food truck vendor, you're a food vendor in general, or
Home
you
cook.
just
Yeah,
love to
to start.
eat and support local. You need to be following and supporting because this is how, and it is a big, let me flip this camera real quick. You guys to hear me. So I don't know if you guys know about the food truck world, and I know a little bit because I have a lot of friends that have food trucks, okay? And in the past, I know that they've had some difficulties getting permits. Because if you do not have a test kitchen where you make all your food and then go out or a prep kitchen, I'm not the correct terms, but it's basically a kitchen that has whatever paperwork it needs, and you create your creations, you make all your food and you box them up, you put the labels, whatever it is you need, but you need that prep kitchen. And a lot of people don't have one or they don't know where to find one. They're very limited here in this city. So it's important to support this because you guys are trying to bring a mass kitchen for this community, yeah?
Multiple.
Did I?
Yeah, you've gotten the gist of it. So what we're trying to do is, you know, we're trying to work with the city so that we can create food kitchens so that you could prepare your foods out of it and be certified. So someone who's selling tamales on the corner, for example, will be able to sell legitimately, you know, and again, this is for everyone's safety.
Yeah.
And of course, it's something that they could, you know, go and rent by the hour. You know, maybe you don't have money to open up a kitchen.
Right.
You rent by the hour, make your food, get it certified, and then, you know, do events like, you know, Trucksgiving or, you know, the Asian market or the Flauta Fest coming up.
What did you say to me? Oh my God.
So we're trying to get more things going on, and again, there's the Mexican American Culture Center. They have 3 kitchens. I just went to the the Hunger Bank, food bank, and they have a kitchen in there.
Yeah.
And we're starting to bring more kitchens online, and we really want them to be at the same level. So, for example, what I found out was El Paso really has silos where they kind of talk to each other. That's it. And they don't talk to each other, meaning the entire community. And so Kelly, the El Paso Fighting Hunger's food bank didn't know that maybe Texas A&M had a food bank and maybe, a kitchen. And maybe they didn't know that the MAC has a kitchen. And maybe they didn't know that the annex is going to come online for the county. So they don't talk to each other. And so if you're a vendor and you're like, you know, hey, I got a certification from the Mexican American Culture Center and I can cook here, and they didn't really need anything, and then suddenly you're talking to the El Paso Food Bank and you now have to have insurance. You know, there's different guidelines, right? So we want to make sure that we have basic guidelines for everyone, making sure that everyone understands
It's
what...
on the same page because they're essentially setting people up for failure without communicating.
Correct. So we want to be the glue that binds everybody. That's what Corina Collective is. And again, we want to also raise money. So let's say, for example, you make dehydrated food, you make jerky, which is the best here in El Paso, right? what is it called? The jerky.
Weirdo jerky.
No,
There's so many different ones.
No, the type of like.
Or carne seca?
Yeah, carne seca, right? That's a very specific jerky to El Paso because it's very thin.
Yeah.
And you have to have a certain, dehydrator and stuff like that, right? But let's say, for example, the food bank, the kitchen that you're working at, the prep kitchen, has never had a dehydrator. And they don't even know that you need to buy it. So now they have to buy it. And now they have to, so we're going to try to raise funds for those things, right?
Oh, cool.
So that's what our dream
For the
is, just to make sure that we have the right equipment. That way everybody has a shot at making what they're looking for,
safely and legally. And I know the burrito man on Piedras had ran into the similar situation, and he was told that he needed to get a test kitchen as well, because a lot of people, they just sell from their cars or whatever, makes extra. We all know the egg roll lady in the Northeast. I don't know if you guys ever met her, but this is like a thing here in El Paso.
It's not just in El Paso. So this is the problem, guys. So I really want you to understand this. In California, where I'm coming from, and this is a very liberal state, they shut down all the food trucks.
When did that happen?
Last year. So what happened was, and I have a video on Corina Collective, and it's in Spanish and English too. And so I lived in Santana, so I got excited going back home, and I'm like, I'm gonna get some tortas abogadas. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get my moetes off, and I love food. And I know my trucks. I know my people. They've been there for generations, right? I even had an egg lady come to my house. You know what I mean? So it's been, whenever you have a migrant community, whether it's, I'm not talking just Mexican, I'm talking about Vietnamese or like in any part of the world, you go to, it's street food. Like you eat outside because it's so small in your house that you don't cook. It's cheaper to eat outside. So the whole, in America, it's kind of like we cook at home and we have all these standards, which is, fine. But, the street food culture is very deep and ingrained. So I'm a street food person. I'll go to Vietnam, or I'll go to Thailand, or I'll go to, just like, even like, my goodness, like I had the best street food in Peru.
Oh, yeah.
Like the hearts, the anticuchos. It's so good there. Anyways, so it's definitely a thing that I like to eat. And when I went back, all the food trucks were gone. And I was like,
in California. Yeah,
where did they go? Started researching, started reading about it. Well, what happened was, during the time the migrants came, they started, the coyotes started forcing the migrants to sell food and to pay off their debts. And so they would drop off a food truck and drop off the migrants, and they'll be forced to work 12 hours or whatnot until the food was gone and everything like that. They don't make the food, they just are there to sell it. And there was an instance where a lot of these migrants are not cooking the food that they're used to.
Yes.
So there was an instance where there was a Haitian that was selling tacos on a trompo.
Oh, al pastor.
The al pastor. And he didn't realize that since the pork is marinated and it's dark, he didn't realize it was raw, so he was serving raw tacos. And people got sick, and that's when they started investigating. And then they found out it was a human trafficking issue. Wow. And so all of the food trucks started getting shut down.
Wow.
And so there's legitimate food trucks, not legitimate, and they got caught up in it. And then they started making really hard standards, like you need to have a food truck. You can't just sell from a, even if you sell paletas, you have to have a food truck.
Wow.
Or botanicas, or fruit, or whatever it is. You have to have a grease trap.
That's crazy.
Even if you sell ice cream.
Wow.
You have to have running water. You have to have a restroom 100 feet away. Oh, wow. So these are things that food trucks, sometimes, some of them can't, abide by. Yeah. And so you're forced to either, break the law, or, no one's been able to get a food permit, from what I understand. And so it's been months. And so there's been instances where in Santa Ana, they now have signs saying no street vending whatsoever on downtown Santa Ana, which is a very, Hispanic community friendly place. And the last place I would think that would have those signs. And they're trying to, community activists are trying to help push back. One of the things that they're doing over there is, again, getting food prep kitchens and getting them certified so that they can get this. I went to, my goodness, a Dodgers game, and you know, like they have the dirty dogs, the Dodger dogs outside. They're so good, Baker Map dogs. It was like $17 for a hot dog, and I was like, "What the heck? Why would this be so expensive?" And they're like, "Well, this is in case we get caught, because they were not only issuing fines, they were confiscating equipment. So one person got $8,000 worth of food and everything confiscated. So that's why they were just like, this is the cost of doing business. And honestly, it's starting to come, like Houston's cracking down, Albuquerque's cracking down. We just found out in Las Cruces that there was an elementary school that didn't have certification.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so we're just like,
Whoa.
they're starting to, like, it's in the news, and we're starting to like get
Starting to see it come over here.
and so food is such a huge part of El Paso. I run the foodies group here, and I know that a lot of people actually make food from home. Like when you need money.
I
Like,
just bought a pumpkin log from home.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like if you want to, let's say for example, you want to help your niece with her quinceañera, or you ran into a medical bill, or you need to fix your car. First thing you do is you sell plates.
Yeah.
That's what happens, right?
That's what we tell. Yeah, you guys want to earn that money, you gotta sell.
And,
Make some
and,
cookies or
it's,
something.
and it's a hustle, and I get it, and it's like, I really want to, like, trust me, I really want to buy that food, but then I'm like, what does your kitchen look like? Are you putting cleaning
What does your
products?
bathroom look like?
Yeah, no,
That
are you
tells me
putting
what your
cleaning
kitchen
products
looks
next
like.
to it? Do you have
Just
any
all of
pets
it,
in there,
yeah.
And so I'm really concerned, and so the problem is there is no place for them to cook in El Paso. I only found 4 prep kitchens.
Wow, that's what I was. Yeah,
We have over 800 food trucks here in El Paso.
and 4
and
prep
4
kitchens.
prep kitchens.
Enough said. Mic drop. Just leave them with that nugget, right?
Yeah.
So how do they follow both to either?
We're
to
on
follow?
all
Yeah.
the socials. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're on. And one of the things that we want to do is, again, do education. We want to actually mentor as well. So we're very blessed to have, members of our board, like Charlie Navarre. He's been doing this for 17 years, I believe. He's one of the first food trucks. He owns 15 trucks.
Dang, I didn't know he got up to 15.
Yeah, 2 locations.
That guy's a hustler. I love it.
Yeah, and so he is amazing. And so he is a proctor for tests too. So now, I didn't realize this, but there was a new rule that if you are prepping food anywhere, you can't just have like what is it called? Like, I got one just to see what it's like. You take a test, and it's the food handler's license.
yeah.
Okay. It's very easy. You pay like, I don't know, $17, whatever it is, and you go online, you get it. Well, now if you prep food, you have to have a manager's food prep license.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so then you have to take a test physically, and so you need to be proctored, and they cost money. So Charlie's willing to do it for you, like to help you out, and he's willing to tell you all the things that you need to avoid, and da 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 da.
Shout out to Craze.
Yeah. we also found out that there's new guidelines for food trucks for fire suppressions, and then the other thing we found out was that certain municipalities have different rules. Like he was going down to was it Socorro?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Socorro.
Wow.
And then they were they're like, hey, you need to have something that's going to cost $800 right now.
Ugh.
Whoa.
And so it's sort of like
It's like-
everybody has different rules, and we want to make sure that everyone knows it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like to kind of have the same.
But
playing
also,
field.
like, to make sure it's fair and even, right? Because you don't want people taking advantage of people either. Like,
Exactly.
These food trucks are bringing traffic to your community and so forth, and so you want to make sure everything's on the level.
Well, it's not just that; it's existential at this point. Imagine if someone were to come here and say, "Well, we're gonna go ahead and test all the food trucks in El Paso, or we're gonna figure out like if you're really cooking at a
check your
food-"
license.
Yeah, exactly.
If you even have a license or whatever.
Exactly. So the progression is usually people like sell from their house, or they sell, at an event like ours, and they're like, wow, I can make really good money doing this, right? And then they then like get a cart or something like that, or they do farmers markets, and then they move up to a food truck, and then they move from food truck to even a restaurant. A lot of places do that, right? Well, during the whole phase, we want to help them find grants. We're working with the El Paso
Wow.
City development team. We're doing all those things. I mean, Corina Collective is really
Growing
there
up
to
great.
help you,
Yeah.
because we love food, and we don't want to see it shut down. We don't want to see small businesses, small vendors who are the backbone. We don't have large corporations here. We have very small vendors hustling every day here in El Paso.
Yeah, I gotta throw, I gotta say this because you guys are not even from El Paso.
No.
You're not even from El
Well, it
Paso.
sounds kind of.
No. But you guys love El Paso, and this is like a huge taking, that you guys are taking on.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work, and I think it's super cool. And I'll thank you for the city because what you're doing is awesome. It's something we literally need, and nobody else is doing this. You know what I mean? So I really encourage you guys at home to go out and support these ladies here, support our community, support our food trucks, support local, keep eating local as much as possible.
Yeah, the
right?
money stays here.
Exactly.
It's if you like, I'm always arguing with people. They're like, I love Luby's. Luby's is like local. No, it's not. That's a local, like your waitress and your manager might be local, but the money is going back to corporate, which is in Houston.
There are some locally owned franchises, but for the most part, they're like Luby. And I remember when I worked at the El Paso Inc. What's Up Weekly for Best of the Best. For consecutive, I don't know how many years, Olive Garden would win Best Italian food in El Paso.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
But that's
don't
what
get me
people
started.
recommend.
Exactly.
If you go on Facebook and someone says, "Hey, I have a date with my husband coming up. Where should I where
Oh,
should
you
we
can
go?"
eat pasta. Like,
Yes,
no,
and they come with
bro.
all of
That is
that.
good.
That's so
Yes.
romantic. Yeah.
Yes,
See
oh
'em.
my, no.
No, there's so many awesome local businesses to go out and support, and that's what you will find out following these pages. So real quick, can you guys tell us, real quick, Mel, also, I want to know about your page, how they find you, and do you have any recommendations out there for businesses or influencers, and what do you do for marketing? You're so cute.
Come on, you've been doing it for 14 years.
Yes.
Whoa. 11 years.
11 Going on 100. Yeah, it's gonna go on forever.
So I mainly started my Exploring El Paso page because I heard so much negative when I first moved here. Everybody's like, "Oh, people are unfriendly. Everything is spicy. There's absolutely nothing to do."
Wait. Let me backtrack. Everything's spicy because she's German.
Yes, like no matter where I went, like when I first started meeting people here, they all like talk down on El Paso.
Yeah, locals,
that's a thing.
Yeah,
out of
that's a thing.
towners, military.
It was terrible.
That's why I started the page too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and so yes, I went out and I had plenty of things to do and delicious food, and I posted it on my private Facebook. And then a friend of mine's like, "Oh, I didn't know this was going on. You should make like a page." And so I mainly started it geared towards the Germans that were stationed here. But then it got bigger and yes.
It's awesome. So how do people find you on social media?
It's on Facebook. It's Exploring El Paso.
And then on Instagram if they want to follow you?
Oh yeah, it's Miss Chuku.
Yeah.
I love it. And do you have any tips or recommendations for businesses out there? We go to businesses all the time. We see the good, the bad, the ugly. Do you have any recommendations?
Can we do a cut here then?
So let me jog her brain here, okay? Mel doesn't like to talk about herself, but I like to talk about her. I like to talk about everybody.
Yes.
I'm always in support. There's more than enough. Everyone's audience is different. There's more than enough. And it's okay if you don't follow me and you follow her and vice versa or whatever. So Mel is really, really good at finding classes. Like things, like literally, like she loves crocheting and doing all these weird painting stuff. Which is not my jam.
It's embroidery.
Okay.
Crochet.
Well, like artsy stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so she finds these random classes in art studios and
That's so
wine places and that's cool because I don't do those things and I'm like, yeah, that's not my jam, but I will send people to her page for that.
Awesome.
Because they're like, what is there to do if I wanted to do crocheting or embroidery?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really important that we support each other as creators as well.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about what I can bring to the table, it's what we can bring to the region.
Yes.
Right?
Move bigger mountains.
Indeed.
If everyone talks about how great El Paso is, we change the narrative.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. And you just said, I said the same thing we started the page because people were talking shit about this place.
Exactly.
It's a
Yes.
diamond in the rough. It literally
It
is.
is.
And for as expensive as the world is, El Paso really isn't that
But-
bad compared.
Yeah, but let
Like the
me
events.
kind of nitpick a little bit.
Okay.
When I first came to El Paso, I did the same thing where I'm like very scrunchy right now. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get comfortable. When I first came to El Paso, I'd be like, oh, look at all these places, and they're like, yeah, I know about it. I'm like, well, why aren't you talking about it?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's our place. People would literally message me
That's so ugly.
and post underneath the comments.
Stop telling people.
Like, stop telling people about this place because you made it too busy. Or this is my spot. Or like, they would gatekeep so hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, well, how the heck does that help the business?
Uh-huh.
If it's like empty because your family's the only one there,
Yeah.
they're gonna close.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can I actually bring on an example?
Uh-huh.
Like, I love the Jerusalem store.
Oh yeah.
I love the store, but when I first moved here and I went, it was really small. I mean, they had their basics, and everything, but it was small. And like once all the social media, like all the bloggers posted about it, me included, I too got the hate. Now everybody's gonna go there, they're not gonna. And what happened though was like they're really
Expanded.
large. They're
Yeah.
a huge supermarket now.
Exactly.
that
You
has
help
so much
them.
stuff.
Literally, you help
Exactly.
them.
So they don't understand that more people go there, the larger
There's
the places
more
can
than
get.
enough.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So
crazy.
And
I,
expansion.
so it's funny because I hear that because I'm always sharing things. They're like, oh, I didn't know about this, and I'm always sharing programs, and people would literally tell me like I've had instances where I've helped them people make money, like get money from grants and from programs from the
Wow.
government, right? And like one of my favorite stores, Filipino store here in El Paso, was going to close during COVID. And it's Hala Hala.
Okay.
And they're two nurses, and they're amazing. Their food, I'm like, this is legit food, Filipino food. I'm like, please don't close. And they're like, well, we're gonna have to because we're slow, because it's COVID, and we don't know how to keep it open. So I helped them find a program to find money.
Wow.
And so they were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then I'm like, wow, you got money. Let me tell other people, other businesses. And I started spreading it out. And there were some businesses that didn't want to share that. And I was like, hey, you got your money? Like, they literally got $30,000.
Awesome.
Some of them got $100,000.
That's so ugly. Just
And
to
so-
be so secretive.
And so
Yeah.
but they think it's a competitive advantage. They're like, I'm like, wait, this is
That's
money for
ugly.
everybody.
Oh my God.
And it's so weird because in other regions it's not like that. Here it's like, and then when I tell people about it, they tell me a story about the crab in the bucket
Yes,
mentality.
that's what I've been thinking.
I don't know what that is. They said it's a Mexican thing, but
Yeah.
What is that, Larissa?
So it's this analogy that there's all these crabs in the bucket and the crabs are trying to get out of the bucket, but as they are getting out and reaching like the edge, the other crabs grab them, pull them down, and it's a scarcity
You're
mindset.
pulling your
It's-
own town
That's,
down.
yeah, and I think I do find that's a thing here.
It
and
is.
I don't know why, because oh my god, like it makes me think of Austin, which like Austin used to be this really like eclectic
Keep it weird.
grassroots city, and then everybody started moving there because it was so special, and it got kind of lost.
Yeah, it's
And,
like Miami meets Silicon Valley. Is how I
Yes.
feel.
Yeah.
they lost their character.
And it feels like, El Paso's growing so much and so quickly these days that kind of mentality of keeping everything secret and keeping businesses like small and saying that there's nothing special in El Paso and stuff like that is exactly what makes people come in here for whatever reason, and then it loses its magic and its essence. So like it's really cool that you guys are talking about that and doing the work, because like I also am not native to El Paso. I made it my home, and it's also one of those things that like, guys, let's
Work
push
together.
it up, because
Yeah.
oh my god, it's so special. It is so special.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know how many with Danny's adventures and they're just not interested in working together. They'd rather take the credit and do their own thing instead of like working together to move bigger mountains. That's probably like, I sound like a broken record because I've been saying that for all these years, you know. But when we work together, like how we do, we're able to help businesses more, and then they can expand, and then you cannot just have to drive across town, because I know some of y'all lazy. You don't want to drive to the west side or the east side, but in order to do that, we got to support them and show them love, right? So this is how we do it.
So I remember I was the only blogger invited to the Dia de los Muertos parade.
Yeah,
which is really weird because I'm like, I am not.
Congratulations.
And I was just like, but I love the culture, right?
Yes.
I was just like,
that was such a fun event.
yeah, but I was the only one. I was like, this is so weird. Like, I'm just walking by myself now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, I'm like, there's more creators down here. And so I reached out to Annie's. I reached out to Cesar from Della Story, and that's how he got started.
Oh, wow.
I reached out to a couple of YouTubers, and we just, you know, I just had an idea. I'm like, let's go on scooters.
Yeah,
Let's
we were human floats.
Like, we were human floats. We had piñatas.
Awesome.
And I had them like made,
Strapped to our
and we strapped it to our backs. And
It
we
was
were
so cool.
It was really fun. But what was really crazy was everyone was like, wait, you want to work with me? Like, you don't want credit? I'm like, no, there's more than that. It's not just about me. My audience is going to be different from Annie's audience.
Yeah.
It's going to be different from your audience. And I mean, Annie's is like really cool. Like, one of the things I always send people to her is that she finds the best little concerts and dive bars, which I'm a mom. I'm asleep. I'm snoring somewhere, you know what I mean? And like, I try to go here and there, but you know, I don't got that late night energy anymore, right? And Annie's is always like, I'm always watching her live. I'm like, yay, in my room, you know? And I'm like watching on my phone as she's going live. And I'm like, yeah, that's good music.
You're so
but I don't do that.
Yeah.
But there is good music in El Paso, and I want people to go
Oh,
to.
yes, there is.
I want to go to them to go to Annie's to find out these great little bands, indie bands, and these little dive bars and these little places that honestly I would never go to because that's just not my jam, right? And so we all have our niche. We all have, you know, things that we can add to this great environment.
Yes.
And it's really interesting that most people, like I said, most people don't really want to work together. And I think that whenever I approach someone, I'm like, hey, and they're like, oh, you don't want the scoop? You want me to join you on this? Yes, it's not about who talks about it the most, or not the most, but talks about it first. Yeah. It's about highlighting the business or highlighting the event or highlighting the venue.
Exactly.
And we all win. You know, at the end of the day, because it brings more business to El Paso, it brings more dollars to El Paso.
And that being said, because it does happen at times, you know, whenever we complain that we want this, that, and the other, and they actually come to town, then you need to get your butts off the couch and go and support them. Because that happened a lot with Ruth Chris at the beginning, and some of those other stores, you know, we finally got them, these big names, and then nobody was going to support
Daiso.
them. And they got multiple locations now.
Yeah, so that's the thing, like when you have these stores, like you need to go out there and actually events too, like for example the Trucksgiving. I'm just gonna plug it again.
Let me have that,
you know,
too.
I honestly, like, we want people to spend money here. We want people to drive by. I've heard so many things about people who like drive from Phoenix to Dallas, for example, or San Antonio. They're like, oh, I don't want to stop by El Paso, it's too dangerous.
Oh my God.
Because that's what media portrays it, right?
Yeah.
And I want people to, because, you know, people are driving during Thanksgiving to get to their locations. I want them to see all these food trucks on the top of Solana Mall and be like, what is that event? I want to stop by. Because I've done it in Hawaii. I've driven in Hawaii, and I'm just like, why is there so many trucks on that mountain? Like,
I have to go.
and then like I find out they're having a farmer's market or a Leo, you know, like a.
That's how you find out the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm just like, I want that experience of people driving by on the 10 freeway going, why are there a bunch of food trucks up there?
I love it.
You know, and that's why we want a lot of food trucks.
Yes.
We're the only event. And, you know, for a city of 800,000.
We got we need some stuff to do. So, okay. How do we, I want all your pages, plug them all, please. How do we sign up if we're interested in vending? And then tell us the dates, times, all that good stuff for the event.
Okay, so Trucksgiving is the day before Thanksgiving. It's Wednesday from 12 to 8 p.m. It is at the Solana Mall, inside and outside. you can sign up at uppervalleymarket.com. They are the ones that are hosting the event. Corina Collective is in charge of the food trucks. They're in charge of the farmers market and the entertainment and trash because we don't want to deal with it.
Don't forget Beto.
And security. But I mean, it's stuff like they do every week, right?
Yeah.
So we're just like noobs. We're like, we're going to glom onto it, right? But Beth was part of the Corina Collective as well.
Oh, cool.
And so we want to promote it. We have a couple of special things, but they're going to have characters. They're going to have live entertainment, and it's going to be a family-friendly event. Now, if you want to sign up as a vendor, if you want to be part of the farmers market side, it's a really good way to come in without having to be a normal vendor, because he does, those spaces do take quickly, right?
Yeah.
And so because it's a special event, you can sign up through that and kind of build that relationship.
Okay.
$75, I believe, if you're a market vendor. If you are a food truck, it is $100.
Okay.
It also is 15% of the proceeds, but it's a tax deduction because you're paying Corina Collective, and it's a way for them to get a tax write-off at the end of the year.
Okay.
So it's a really good kind of like, it's a win-win, right? But let me just tell you, so the last event that we did, which Annie went to, that I did for the Borderland Asian Market, we had about 10,000 people show
I was
up,
gonna say.
and every single person pretty much sold out. People
Awesome.
made between $5,000 to $10,000 that night,
Wow.
and so it's good, right?
You'll make your
And-
money back.
Yeah, and the other thing is that most food trucks that I've talked to, like Craze and Rosie's Dabo, who's
Oh,
gonna be there.
so good.
I know.
Butter chicken. Oh my
yeah.
god.
So most people
good.
tell me that the day before Thanksgiving is actually one of the busiest days because no one else is open. And so it's a great way for you. And then after Thanksgiving, things slow down because of weather. So it's a great way for you to kind of like make some extra money, kind of like hibernate, pad up your funds,
Yeah.
so that you could again, get ready for the next event, which is Falta Fest.
Our German Christmas market. Don't forget that.
Yes, Collective. So Mel roped me into her event, but anyway, so
Do tell.
how to find us
Yes.
is I'm Todo El Paso or Todo El Paso. I actually have a website. Okay, I want to make this very clear. Please put this out there. They're like, oh, how come your social media is all so random? There's news, there's memes, there's reviews,
that's your jam.
and I'm just like,
That's your page.
yeah, it's my page,
your
first of all.
personality.
And yeah, and I'm very random. And the thing is, like, I think social media is very social, right? Like, it's something that, I want people to have joy with, to think, to have
Relax.
discussions. And they're like, well, we're here because your name is To Do El Paso. So what are the things to do? Well, let me tell you, I have an entire website
Awesome.
that you can go to. If you don't want any memes or really random things in your feed, you can just go to my website, and we have a calendar of events.
Yes.
And I maintain that
It's
by
you do
myself. It's
great
a
work.
lot of work. And so the reviews are there. The
This is stuff
calendar's
that
there.
we do just because we love the city.
Yeah.
It's nobody's like paying you to do this every week or anything
Wow.
like that. You just got to go out and support it, guys, and go out and support these local businesses and events.
Yeah. And
So
so, I mean, that's how you can find me.
Perfect. And then Corina Collective and Trucksgiving.
Yes. So Corina Collective is, we are working on the website. Right now it's under Upper Valley Markets
Okay.
for the Trucksgiving.
Okay.
And we have it on our flyer, which we have a QR code if you want to sign up as a vendor. Corina Collective does have social media accounts, so just Corina Collective. And I made up the name because I think it's, again, binational. Cocina means kitchen.
Yeah.
So we're a kitchen collective. We want to collect all the kitchens, like Pokemon. I'm kidding. No, but we want to be a collective. We really want to be a collaborative effort.
I love it. I love it.
So
All right, Mel, and tell me about how to find you on social media and your awesome German event coming up. I need to know more about.
Well, it's Exploring El Paso on Facebook, And Jenny, myself, and Matcha Ubi, we're hosting a German-themed Christmas market at Podium Finish Cafe.
Oh, I love that place too.
Yes, it's called Winter Wunderland.
How freaking cute.
Yes, it's
Winter
on December
Wunderland.
15th from 5 to 8.
Okay.
And thanks to your podcast, we're hoping we're going to have
Yeah.
awesome musical entertainment right here.
Yes. I love it. Awesome. You said December 17th.
15th.
15th,
It's a
my
Sunday,
bad.
yes, from 5 to
Tag
8.
me so that way I can keep sharing it and I need to put it in my
Alrighty,
calendar too because I want
yes.
to be here. Do we want to say anything else, ladies, or we
So
cover it?
for her event, it's gonna have alcohol. It's gonna have mulled wine.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
from Germany.
Yes.
So
Glühwein.
so I joined her event because
Only
I
for
wanted
the
to drink
wine.
it. No, I joined her because I dragged her into Trucksgiving. She's dragging me into it. Like, so
Friends.
it's collaborative.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yes.
But I mean, she's been taking to me all the tastings, and I'm allergic to alcohol, so I've been like trying to.
Are you
to
really?
But did you die?
Yes. Yes.
Well, be careful.
Yeah.
If you guys need a DD, call me.
Yeah.
All right. Did we cover everything?
I think so.
Yeah. Follow these ladies, El Paso, and tell them I sent you. Thank you so much for joining. And real quick, Trucksgiving happening next Wednesday, 1 week away. I'm hoping to have this podcast up tonight, so you guys 1 week away. It's free entry. Bring the whole family. If you know a food truck, a vendor who's wanting to sell their stuff, please have them go to Upper Valley Market and register. Plenty of time to do it. What's mañana, so it's like it's crunch time, right? Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you, and thanks for the boba tea. You're the best. Thank you. All right, Miss Larissa, how are you doing?
Oh my God, I'm doing so great.
Thank you so much for coming in today. I'm super excited to have you here. I know we met a little while ago, and so I'm glad that you were able. Well, first off, that I just had to have you on, and then I saw your post on El Paso Bombs, and I was like, oh my God, what is this gorgeous sound? And so I needed to have you on even more, and so thank you so much for saying yes and coming and joining today in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time. So first off, you're like a baby, right? Like how long have you been singing?
Not so much anymore.
What are you talking about? You're like in your 20s.
I'm 28.
She's a baby.
So like,
She's a
I
baby.
feel like after 25, it's like.
Well, you no longer could say I'm just a kid anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I'm an 8-year-old adult. I gotta get my shit together. It's time.
It's real time.
Yeah.
So you say you're not from El Paso.
I'm not.
Where are you
I was born in Ciudad Chihuahua.
Okay,
Mexico.
awesome.
And then, so born there, raised in Ciudad Juarez.
Okay.
And then I moved here for college.
All right.
And I went to UTEP.
I love it. Go
Theater
Miners.
department. Yeah.
That's so awesome. So how long have you been singing? How long have you been writing your own music?
Oh, man.
How long have you been performing? What's your What's your inspiration? What's your genre? Tell everybody everything.
Oof. So honestly, some of those questions are a little hard to answer.
Okay.
I've been singing my whole life.
Okay.
But I didn't realize that could be a viable thing that I could actually feasibly do until much, much later. I started in 2014. I graduated high school and I randomly, for no reason, decided to go into theater because I wanted to, like, I saw Lord of the Rings one time and I was like, oh my God, I want to design this world.
Okay.
So I thought I was going to go in as a designer. And then I was like stage managing theater for the first time and I was like, no, just kidding. I want to be up there on stage.
Okay.
So then I went on stage and I quickly discovered musicals and I started doing musicals. And then I realized that like my voice didn't quite fit in with musical theater so much.
Okay.
Which nobody told me that was all me. So I quit music, singing, all that stuff. And I focused on acting for a long time.
Okay.
Then, as I was graduating, I realized that I really wanted to write and start writing poetry. So then I started writing poetry at first, around like 2017. And then in 2018, I realized that I discovered Leonard Cohen. And I was like, man, this is just poetry put to music. I wanna learn how to do that.
Okay.
So then I started really leaning into like learning how can I write music. So by 2018, started writing music. 2019, I really wrote like my first like song, and I was like, oh my God, I love this. I need to keep going.
Okay.
So in 2020 happened the pandemic, and everybody got like a pandemic hobby.
Sure.
I got into music production.
Okay.
I kill plants.
Yeah, exactly.
Plants.
Oh man. So I got into that, and it was really cool. I started working on a couple of songs there, and I realized that this is something that it's so exciting to me. And you know, I have a degree in theater. So at the end of the day, I realized that singing is just acting. And once I made that connection, and I like let go of this like idea that there's like a good and a bad way of singing, that some people are born singers and others are just not. I started really just working on that and finding my strengths. And now I'm like really comfortable with all that. Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
really cool.
You look really comfortable on the stage. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Your story reminds me of Benson Boone's. He did not even know he could sing. He was a football player.
What?
Who's Benson Boone?
Oh my God, an incredible singer.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
And so he auditioned for American Idol, and he made it, or it was with The Voice, one of those, and he dropped out of it because he's like, I don't want to be known as a contestant down there. So he started writing his own songs, and it was incredible. And so one of the things is that he kept on saying was that I didn't know I could sing. I did not know I could sing.
That's so
it's
cool.
Crazy. And you know, like now,
And his voice is so unique.
It's so good. He's an amazing singer
And he
performer.
wriits his own songs.
Yeah, which like, and I'll
See,
get
that's
into
why
that in
you
a bit,
remind me of
actually.
him.
Oh man, stop! That's so cool. Yeah, no, you know, and like now I'm at a point where like people tell me like, oh my God, like, oh, singing, wow, so cool. I can't sing, and it's like you can though. Like it's a skill. It's just muscles, like any other. You just have to train them.
I don't even like to hear my voice on a
No, nobody
video.
wants to hear me sing.
Oh my God, no, but that, I'm telling you, that doesn't go away personally. Like, again, went to theater school. I had so many assignments where it was like, you know, like acting for the camera or like doing stuff that is recorded either like on the microphone or on camera, and I hate it. At this point, I'm comfortable with it, but I don't think it really ever goes. So I was like, oh, that's what I sound like?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a phenomenon about, I was reading about that. There's your voice has these muscles, and the pitch and everything there's two different, I'm such a nerd. There's two different ways that you hear. One is like through your vocal cords, and the other one's through your bone conductor.
Yes.
And so when you're hearing your own voice in your head, it's going through your bones. That's why it sounds different than when you're being recorded.
wow.
Which is why I hate it, because I'm like, that doesn't sound like me.
Yeah. I hear my own voice back, and it's like, meow, 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 but you know what? It's fine.
We're
it's
all
fine.
the wah.
Yeah,
in our
yeah,
own
no, oh my
minds.
God,
Yeah,
yes.
no, but again, you know, I think as creators and artists too, we get in our own ways, right?
Yes.
But then you just got to do it, and you get used to it, and you become comfortable with it, and you just get out of the way.
Man, it's crazy
get
how
out of your
much
own
of
way.
this. Yeah, it's crazy how much of it really is like both like singing, like technique wise, to getting out there and doing your thing, or like starting your social media page, or and just making yourself more visible. Is just about just do it anyway.
Just
It's
do
fine.
it.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's been a fun journey the past couple of years.
Yeah.
To start doing it.
That's awesome. So you go to, how can people find you? Do you have anything coming up? How do people book you?
Right now,
And she does charge El Paso, so we pay in El Paso. So just
yes, starting. I'm very excited about it, because like I've written like 9-10 songs that I really want to work on and record. And so here right now we're at Star City Studios. Let me plug in Star City
Please
Studios. Real
do.
quick. Hi. Star City Studios is the premier spot to record your music in El Paso, Texas.
I
Currently,
should have you on their commercial.
yeah, no, honestly, I would love to. I would like for free. I just love it here. I love it
They're
here.
the best.
We were talking about how amazing live music is here, and like, oh my God,
The talent is
here
unbelievable.
at Star City, there is on the last Monday of the month. there is a singer-songwriter
Jam
jam.
session.
And they also occasionally have R&B nights or jazz jams.
Country, mountain movement dance.
Yes. Oh my God.
And now they've
it's
turned into potlucks.
So good. Yes, that's right. And now they're starting to do potlucks in them. And it is so good. Like, no, this
Right?
is
Like,
Oh, excuse
and
me.
it's free to the public. So it's really cool because it's free to the public.
It's
'cause
free to the public.
I come and watch, or if you're a
it's so
musician, you can
good.
bring your voice, you can bring your instrument, and it's like karaoke. There's a list, you sign up for it,
Yeah.
and then you get to play with the whole band.
Yes.
So
like
you can play your
interacting
music with them, or a
genuinely-
song you love. Bring the
It's
kids. everything.
amazing musicians. Like the quality of musicians in the city is crazy to me that I didn't learn the quality of live music around until a couple of years ago, because it's like it's so underground and it shouldn't be, because it's so good.
Yeah.
And here at Star City they have just amazing equipment and people, and it's such a nice place. So if you're an artist, if you're a musician, if like a voiceover artist, or even like a film company, and you want to do like Foley or work in a good a studio, first of all, there's a lot of studios in El Paso, but I'm interning at Star City Studios, so I definitely want to plug in.
Oh, and this place is legit. Like, I
yes,
think it was built in the 60s or something. Like back in the day with it's like some really
You gotta show them
high-tech fancy.
that.
What?
Because it's in the 60s and 70s. You gotta, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What, is that the whole brown? Is that what you mean, or what are you talking
then it
about?
was
Oh, the glass? Yeah. Yeah.
But then it was turned into the studio, I believe, in 2015. So it's not old, and
No,
so much
Star
of
City
the
is
stuff
not.
is so new. Like, oh my gosh, no, I love it here. It's a great place.
No,
And,
yeah, they have the best equipment here,
Yeah.
and they're bringing all kinds of cool features too to work on movies and, like you
Yes.
said, voiceovers. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
neat
yeah.
the stuff they're doing here.
Oh yeah, no, they do everything, and I am currently interning here, and they're helping me record my first EP.
Oh, cool. That's exciting.
It's 5 songs that I'm going to start with, and then later on go on to record
The rest of them,
the
yeah.
rest of the album.
That's
and
beautiful.
so
I love it. I
cool.
can't wait to hear it.
Beautiful.
So, are you You have anything coming up? Are
Well, apparently,
Yeah.
I'm going to be on December 15th.
I love it. I love it.
Here, if you want to actually like plug in the event one
Yes,
more time.
December 15th
Yes, at Podium Finish Cafe,
at Winter Wunderland.
Winter Wunderland.
Yes.
Yes, from 5 to 8.
I love that so much.
I was gonna say Christmas knock. Because I really want to say knock. But it was really hard to say, so we decided to Winter Wunderland.
And
Wunderland.
don't forget, we have blue wine.
Oh my gosh.
That's
that's
so
a
cool.
And they're going to have great music.
Yes.
So, how do people find you? How do they reach out to you if they want to book you for their events or their business, whatever it is?
So I can be found on Instagram. It's the only one that I really keep up with.
Okay.
It's Larissa Reyes A. That is LARISSAREYES A. Yes, I am gonna simplify it in time. But for now, it's just my name. Right now I am trying to get to play. So like I said, I got into music production in the pandemic, and all of these demos that I am trying to make into the EP are demos that I produced myself, and I am bringing them places and practicing these songs so that when I record them, they're ready. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you have like I don't know, 30 minutes. I also do so many covers. It's so fun. Like, music is just so fun.
Yes.
So yeah, no, hit me
So
up.
we're
I'd
going
love
to
to.
hear right now, and if you guys are interested, reach out to Larissa, and you guys can book her for your event. Just give her a couple days notice at least,
Yes,
please. Do that. And then I do want to say something else, but I already forgot. It'll come back to me.
No worries.
But how do you market yourself, and do you have any tips or advice for musicians out there?
Marketing, you know what? That is something that I am barely starting to understand as an artist, because a lot of it, I mean, it has to be on your own, and there's a lot of things that you can do. I've been finding that honestly, just recording random stuff, posting it on social media, keeping a steady stream of stuff is very
Consistent.
useful. And when you perform places, that is what I have to work on, asking people to tag you, because a lot of people, you know, they see your work and then they record a video or they take a picture or something, they post it, they don't tag you, and so it gets seen by people, but they can't find you.
Yeah.
And I have found now that when people do tag me, there's a lot more
Yeah.
and it's real, like it's kind of insane how much engagement you get from people recommending you. So like, yeah, it's just reviews or people finding your stuff exciting and sharing it. So and for artists, this is controversial. It's not controversial. So I find that when you start creating stuff, there's two things that I've noticed and that I've talked to a lot of people that I've heard a lot of people from like all over the place talk about, is that first, it's really weird for people who already know you to support the new ventures that you're entering, because they don't know how they don't know how serious it is or how to support it per se, because they know you as one thing and this is something new. So that's interesting. So usually I am starting to understand that there's a lot of value in going directly to other people and finding your niche. That's a really big one. Understanding what you have, like the kind of audience that you're trying to find, knowing what kind of audience you are trying to find and aiming towards that, as opposed to broadly and hoping that everybody responds.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Can I interject
Yes.
something that I've noticed? And I, as a creator, I use a lot of sound clips on my Instagram. People use it on TikTok,
Facebook.
YouTube. A lot of them are royalty related, especially on YouTube. But what you can do that I recommend to a lot of artist friends is you can create your own reels and use your own music, and then other people can remix it and use those clips as well, and it gets your music out. A lot of people are just very surprised that a lot of my friends in LA, they make money not by necessarily like their music, they make money by being in soundtracks to movies.
Oh wow.
Just really like, you know, randomly small little clips and stuff like that. That's royalties.
Awesome.
You know, so and now, I mean, like here recently, I just been listening a lot to Glorilla, Ghetto, and you know, I've been hearing that like, what you know about me, you know, that beat, and it's like that's a now hot clip, and you see a bunch of dudes like doing it, right? And I realized that TikTok's paying them.
Yes.
To use that clip to promote it, and her label is using it, so it's a way. And again, I feel as if El Paso's like 5 years, I guess, you know.
That's good. We're catching up. We used to be 10.
Yeah.
10 years behind. Now it's 5.
So with the technology.
There you go. There you go.
So
Watch out, world.
I'm giving you, you know, real like, hey, this is what's happening here, like in the coast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we need to do it here. And if you guys jump on that, you can monetize.
Oh
really
yeah.
easily.
Well, and seriously, the music is so good and so unique. I can't even wait to have El Paso listen to you right now. Whoever you guys really need to turn this up.
You know what? In that case, can I talk a little bit about kind of what I do with my music? Because so like I said, I was born in Juarez. Born in Chihuahua. So I write in English and in Spanish, depending on what the song or the lyrics kind of call for, the theme. And I think, oh God, I think that this is like that I write stuff that genuinely reflects the experience of having a blend of these two cultures, like Mexican and American, and I find it really, part of the reason why I started writing is because, well, in college, I kept hearing, if you don't see what you want to see out there in movies and music, etc., write it yourself. Like if something is missing out there, write it yourself. And I noticed that, the kind of themes and topics and sounds that I wanted to see out there, or representation of like Spanish being used in music or in poetry or whatever that I wanted to see, wasn't out there in the way that I wanted it. So decided to write it. And with that, I span a couple of different genres. So today there's 2 songs that I'm going to sing. The first one is called Sister of the Moon.
Love it.
Yeah, that one, I'm aiming for that one to be my first single. And then the second one is called Song of Clouds. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And that was a little bit more folk. So one of them is a little bit more pop, the other one's a little bit more folk. I have a blues song. I have one that's like a protest song. There's, what else? I have like Mexican, like dark folklore. A more meditative piece. So like all of them kind of like span different genres depending on the topic of the thing. And I think that people from this region would probably really connect with it. And I hope that you give it a listen as I continue sharing stuff about it, and that you follow along, because I would like for me.
You guys are gonna fall in love. You're gonna fall in love. I'm sorry, you're so cute, but they're gonna fall in love. I already know it.
I'm already married. Can't do that.
I'm not there. So, is there anything else you want to mention? We already mentioned how they can follow you.
Yes.
Anything else we want to touch on before we show them your pipes?
I don't think so.
You ready?
I think so, yeah.
You ready? All right, El Paso. Real quick. I do want to do a quick sponsor shout out and all that good stuff before Larissa takes us out. So thank you so much to Star City Studios for always allowing me this gorgeous space to utilize for my show. I literally can't do it without you, and I thank you so much. You guys really need to come and support them. If you haven't been to their events, you're missing out. They do really cool educational events too. If you're a creator, they have cool trainings on how you can make money and market yourself and all that kind of good stuff. So you need to follow Star Central Studios and tell them I sent you. Also, El Paso Family Dental, if you guys are looking for a new smile, or I got some aligners with them. They do amazing work. If you want braces, they also do some like serious life-changing work. Go and follow them and see examples of that. I can't recommend them enough. They're amazing. They do great work. Viva La Mocha. If you guys need any print work in town, please reach out to them. They are local and they are awesome. Also, Rosa's Cantina. The food, forget about it. Yeah, and they got live entertainment on the weekends. They have cold drinks. They're OGEP. Go out, support them as well. And of course, El Paso Zoo Society. I love them with all my heart. Please, if you guys are looking for a nonprofit to support, also Trucksgiving with Corina Collective, but El Paso Zoo Society, they're doing some amazing work with Lincoln Dairy right now. That dairy's been around forever. If you guys have never been to it, they have a free petting zoo, super cool to take the kids to. I know it's so fun.
And they have amazing burgers.
Amazing burgers. They have a great restaurant, amazing cheese. Literally,
Yeah, the Asadero cheese is
it's
life changing.
so good. So go support them, but also support El Paso Zoo Society and the work that they're doing together to make it a cooler place for us, okay? So real quick, let me turn this bad boy around. All right, Larissa.
Cool.
Take it away.
So today I'm gonna play some of the demos.
Yes.
I'm gonna sing over them. This is Sister of the Moon, and it's about wanting to become, just wanting to grow for yourself. That's it.
All right.
Okay. Sister of the moon, she wears a mystery perfume, and she lounges on the ground like a tiger ready to pounce. I wanna know her name, but I'm bound here by this chain, and it's all so I'll just watch the dance, 'cause her spell, oh, her snare, it's a strawberry delight. It's in the shadows of her face. Oh, you can tell that she likes to play with fire. They may take her for a spin, make her sizzle in their skin, make her a hole, make her fly, and then she'll walk away in the light. She is as fickle as she's vain, she's divine. Meet her eyes and she'll pick you apart with a smile. Oh, I just wanna make her mine. Oh, for a while, 'cause I'm running out of time to burn the image from my mind. All the time that I never chase my mind. Running, I'm running, I'm running out of time. All the time. Oh, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, always running out of time. All the time. So if your dress is made of stone, lighten the load, let me home you for the night. Take my body, mind, and soul. Take control, maybe wicked will be right.
Woo! I freaking love it. I got goosebumps the whole freaking time. I love that song so much. I really do. I can't wait to like buy your CD. Right? Isn't she awesome?
Oh my God.
Dude, this is like a serious song that you could hear on the radio. You can hear it on Jimmy Kimmel. You can,
You can hear it on my reels.
Boom! Yes.
hear it on
I
the
was looking
radio.
for it in on Instagram. You know, you can match the music, and some local artists they have their stuff up there. You gotta get your.
I know, yeah,
That's
no,
what I
I
was trying
want
to say.
I wrote this one in I finished writing it in 2022, and I've just been like, please get out.
Yeah.
Just be out
Other
already.
snippets
It's
we
so
can
good.
actually listen. I'm obsessed.
That makes me so happy. That's just like,
Beautiful, right?
oh man.
Wow.
I have to say, I'm really proud of this one. I like this one. a lot.
It's
I
the whole
love it.
package. It's
Yes.
her
Uh-huh.
personality, everything in that song, the voice.
Yes.
Wow.
Tell me about it. Tell me
That
about
means a lot, genuinely. So I have actually this one live on Instagram a couple of times. I've been afraid of releasing like audio from it because it is a demo and the production quality. I played it here on the speakers one time, and then someone else played it, like a professional producer played something else that they mixed, and I was like, oh, okay, I have to, yeah. So like,
What did you? Wait. Let me backtrack a little bit. Didn't she earlier this interview say you just got to get it out there?
Yeah.
That she can't be that hard on herself with musical theater
That's right.
and all that stuff.
And now where is she interning, and she's turning
Indeed.
it into gold.
Yeah, trying to get it like because I don't know.
Look,
it's gonna be my
Taylor
first
Swift
single.
redid all her songs. right? So, and it sounds better.
Yeah, yes, it does.
Right? So
Yes,
you
it
can
does.
release it and you can redo it again if you don't like it
Oh,
down
wait.
the road.
Yes, get it
But
out
it
there.
needs to
But
get
that
out
is
there.
freaking gold, and the world needs to
Because
hear
I
that,
feel like I
Larissa.
need to listen to it
Like more. I
and
want
over.
more.
Man, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's one of those
Like
songs
right
that you could
now.
just
Oh my
like.
God,
It's
yes.
like one of those you get addicted to, and you just
Yes,
want to keep
yes.
it on repeat.
No, I just want to hear her voice in
Yes.
the back. Like I'm like, you know, as you're the thing with creative people. I am not creative, by the way. But
clearly you are.
if I'm just silly. But for creative people, like you know, it's great because I get inspiration from it, right? And so like I was sitting here vibing and I'm writing stuff, and I'm like, oh, I can. You know, when you hear things that are very creative in the background, you get to kind of be in a zone, right? And so like that's the music, like that's why you need to release it, because people need to hear that. And even I can imagine you singing in Spanish, I can imagine you singing, you know, and even if I don't understand it, it's just like that vibe, like I'm bopping to it, you know. And so it's very important that people have access to your music.
Yes. Give us more, Larissa.
Let's go. Oh, that genuinely that's fucking awesome. Thank you. Oh, can I curse? Is that okay?
Oh God, I'm like borderline Tourette's. Annie knows it.
Awesome. Well, yay! Oh my God, genuinely, that's so cool. Because this is kind of scary.
So let me do a plug for Annie's.
Woo!
So Annie has been trying to get me on her podcast
Yeah, forever.
for as long as I've known Annie.
Yeah.
She's mentioned it from the time that we met
Yes.
at Dia de los Muertos, and you know, and you know, I don't like it's weird because like I put myself out there because I try to put myself out there for the events, for the you know, but it's all about me. I try not to be like, oh, me, you know. And I really don't like to be on camera. I really don't want to be the focus. I want the event or the
Well, we're
you know,
highlighting.
exactly. And so it's really hard for me to be at a place like this, but Nanny's is so positive and so
You're so
uplifting.
sweet.
So if you're afraid of going to Nanny's podcast,
No,
like I
come.
was,
It's always
no,
fun.
it's fun and it's relaxed. And
Yes.
so just in case there's more people out
The vibe
there
is awesome here,
that
yes.
feel that way as well, like, you know, we're here to support each other
Yeah,
and
you just gotta get out and
uplift each
do
other. And so it's nothing to be afraid of. So just, you know, Annie's podcast is cool.
Thank you so much. And on that note, Larissa, we'll let you take us out. What's this one?
Well, actually, I'm gonna make you guys tell me which one because they're two very different vibes, and I
Okay.
don't know which one.
Okay.
So one of them is a folk song, a
Okay.
song of clouds, and it's about falling in love and not being able to help it, or a much more uppity blues song about being horny.
Oh, I'm all about the horny song.
Okay.
What do you say, Mel?
Horny it
Let's
is.
go with horny.
Go! Awesome. All right, so this one is called Sunday in the Park.
Okay.
Like I said,
Sunday in the Park?
Sunday in the Park, indeed.
And what was the other one called?
Sister of the Moon.
Okay.
Da 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 da. It's like Shakespeare. That's funny.
Love it.
So this one, the demo that I'm using right now, I am sampling Tracy Chapman's "Give Me One Reason." So that's why it sounds cool. But
Please.
here at Star City Studios, not only can you record your songs, you can also collaborate with the incredible musicians who come like as session musicians or like work with them all the time. So this is going to be a song that I'm going to be recording with the musicians here.
Oh, awesome.
And I am so excited for this one. So in the meantime, it really is like a sneak preview of what it
I love
can
it.
be, and I'm very excited. Okay. This is Sunday in the Park. So funny. Sunday in the park, the birds are singing and I'm vibing with the rhythm. I'm shooting and my smile, it looks so fine, I feel it coming like a river. Shouldn't be so big a surprise, but at least now I know the reason. It's just about that time, and oh my God, I need a handle on my fever. Flagging and perusing, got 'em revving, but they know I'm only cruising. And I'm looking for a stranger with a silver tongue, so good at kissing bruises. Yeah. You know it's only a matter of time, baby. I know you've seen the movies, so you can leave your shoes at the door and take a seat. I'll get you grooving. Get your body moving, close, so close to mine. Baby, get into it while I turn off my mind. Folks around me go about their day, no pain, no matter. I'm a sinner. And I'm feeling sentimental, fantasizing about the ways that make you quiver, yeah. Because X was just passing along, and Y is a quitter. And so I'm calling you tonight, no second guessing. What else to have for dinner? No winner, winner, get it? And there's a sick guitar solo happening here in the finished version.
Okay.
Imagine a restaurant.
Yeah, the bass slaying. Eric's on the drums. No, just kidding.
Yes.
Yeah. Get your body moving, close, so close to mine. Baby, get into it while I turn off my mind. Sunday in the park, I think I'll stop and get an ice cream for the heat. I forgot the lyrics. I can speak. There we go. Meow, you got me already on the edge at the thought of your lips. I'll get a scrunchie for your hair. You're gonna need it, so I'll add it to my list. And then you know how it goes. Hello. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good, thank you. So I'm just here at the park right now. Yeah, no, so I was thinking about you, and I was wondering if maybe you wanted to come over for dinner later or something. Casual. Awesome, all right, well, I'm gonna go to the store, get some ice cream because it's so hot, you know. Do you need anything? No, yeah, no worries. It's my pleasure.
That's so cute. I love it. Larissa, thank you so much for taking us out. That was beautiful. El Paso, the world needs more Larissa. Please keep me posted.
Yes.
Tag me and everything so I can share it.
I will.
Is there
That's so
anything
helpful.
you're looking for from the community?
Honestly, support local artists.
Yes.
Like people who write, like, oh my gosh, if you don't do it yourself, I would love for people to understand just how much work, dedication, discipline, and chutzpah, how do you pronounce it? Chutzpah. I'm not Jewish, I'm sorry. but I feel that word, I feel it. And like, it takes so much to get out there.
Huevos.
And, it
does.
Huevos.
Yes.
Like, it takes huevos, it takes like, everything. And a lot of it, like, man, it takes a lot of work and getting out there and putting yourself in vulnerable positions. So like if you have someone in your life who is venturing into something new, creative, entrepreneurial, like, be loud in your support, because it makes a huge difference in it makes a huge difference. So like,
Thank you so much.
thank you, this was so fun.
Yes, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Oh wait, let me turn around. Let me say bye. Bye.